It is the 10th day of August 2022. Good evening and welcome to News Watch in Hope TV. As you have seen, numbers keep shifting as tallying continues in most stations across the country, particularly in the presidential results. And results continue streaming in even now. I'm Tess Jenga and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Murithi. In the course of this bulletin, we will be able to get updates from the various locations where our reporters and correspondents are. Let's begin with an earlier update from the IEBC. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission has said that it will declare the winner of the presidential election as soon as the returning officers present physical copies of presidential forms at the tallying center. While addressing the press, the chairman, Wafula Chebukati, explained that the officials will submit the physical forms, that is 34As and 34Bs, after they have declared the results of the members of the National Assembly and member of the County Assembly. Currently, the Commission, having posted the forms 34As on its portal, is expected to start receiving the physical forms in order to start the verification process. Chebukati was categorical that they will use the same results on the portal to declare the winner of the election after the tallying process is done.
Two incomplete Form 34Bs from Aina Bukoi constituency, Wasingishu County, and Saboti constituency, Trans Nzoia County, were erroneously uploaded in the Commission's portal. The returning officers for the respective constituency will upload the correct and complete Form 34Bs upon signing by the returning officer and the respective agents at the constituency's tallying centers. So they'll be uploaded to replace the images that were incomplete and posted on the portal. Remember, results announced at the polling station are final. Results in the portal are final. The public portal results are the same results that the Commission will rely on when we are doing the tallying in the National Tallying Center. In conclusion, the law requires that the Commission undertakes verification of presidential election results and declare the president-elect within 7 days after the close of the polls. However, the Commission shall endeavor to conclude this exercise at the earliest time possible. I want to end by thanking all the Kenyans for the patience they have exercised as we undertake this important exercise. Social media, the mainstream media, observers, and other individuals interested in this process are getting details from the public portal. The public portal has the Form 34As, which are the same forms that are also shared with the Commission at our back end. And so these are the results. There are no other results. These are final results. And I want to believe the media, you're doing your own tallying, although you are a little bit behind. You should be at 97%, which I believe you should also be somehow, maybe you were not prepared for the results for member of National Assembly, member of County Assembly are declared at the constituency. And I want to believe that is ongoing. The constituency returning officers are finalizing those declarations, and once they are done, then they bring us the results for presidential election from 34A and B. And I want to believe the people conceding at the constituency have already received their results. Also, this is a transparent process at the constituency. In fact, even at the county, all the 6 elective positions, once you have your result forms and you know what you have, perhaps that's another reason why they are conceding, because it's a very, very transparent process. So I believe it's about transparency and those candidates then being able to accept the results. If you know your results, you have the forms, your agents have given you the result forms, what would you be waiting for? And I think that's why the issue of conceding is coming in. So we would like to encourage As a commission, we encourage those agents, please share the results with your candidates. You have received them, you have signed them, you are there at the polling station, and if you have lost the election, concede. I believe that is the way to go.
Well, away from that, let us now go to the lakeside city of Kisumu, where our reporter Austin Agwanda is on standby. Austin, please tell us what is happening in Kisumu. What is the mood? How is the tallying process ongoing? If you can hear me.
Thank you from a studio. My name is Austin Agwanda. Here I am at the CBD Kisumu, and we have been at the tallying centers, different tallying centers here in Kisumu. We have been to Kisumu Central Constituency tallying center. We have been to Kisumu West tallying center, and also Kisumu East tallying center. And when we arrived late in the morning at Kisumu Central constituency, we found out that the presiding officers were bringing their ballot boxes, and you find, for example, at Kisumu Central constituency tallying center, they have 222 tallying centers. And as per now, as I'm speaking to you now, we are expecting results. From the Kisumu Central Tallying Center at 11 p.m. And just to take you through, out of the 35 wards here in Kisumu City, 34 out of the 35 for the information that we have are dominated by ODM, and even in the constituency, which are 7 constituency, are already dominated by ODM as per the information we have acquired as a Hope Media. So what we in Kisumu Central, we were at the tallying center. And at 11 p.m. we saw some celebration, and it's going to be announced at 11 p.m. Somehow Joshua Oron is going to be declared the Kisumu Central MP at 11 p.m. You can remember that in Kisumu Central, Joshua Oron is competing with a tough competitor, independent candidate Fred Ouda. So there's a great contest in Kisumu Central between Joshua Oron and Fred Ouda. But as per the information that we have acquired as Hope Media, Joshua Oron, during the midday, seems to have taken a lead, and will be announced at 11 p.m. at Kisumu Central Tallying Center, Kisumu Polytechnic. Taking you to Kisumu West constituency, also an ODM nominee, Rose Abuyu, seems to be taking lead, and we have been told by the presiding officer that the results for Kisumu West constituency will be able to be announced at tomorrow morning.
Thank you, Austin.
And also in Kisumu East.
Thank you. Maybe just inform us on, has there been any incident in terms of security? The officers, the police officers on standby, or everything is at peace, calm? What would you say is the situation security-wise?
And the situation here in Kisumu is very, very, very calm. During the morning, there was mixed feelings on the presidential candidates. You can remember that different media stations are streaming the presidential candidate results, and you could hear and you could see the mood of the residents during the day. But there is peace here in Kisumu. There is tight security, especially at the tallying center. high security at the tallying center, and nobody is allowed at the tallying center apart from the media, the elections observers, and also the chief agents for the aspirants. But here in Kisumu, there's been peace, and the Kisumu people are so calm. Yes.
11 p.m. Does it mean that tallying will be complete at 11 p.m. so that all the results will be in, or what does it mean?
We were at Kisumu Central Tallying Center most of the day. And the presiding officer advised us that the results will be ready at 11 p.m. and he will be able to issue certificate. There's something that was remaining. He was able to confirm from the presiding officers the correct numbers, and he advised us and told us that he'll be able to have input the results to the system by 11 p.m. So it's a wait and see. We'll be there at Kisumu Central constituency. So we'll be able to keep you tabs and see the winners of Kisumu Central constituency from the MCA and to the MP.
We will be on standby for that report. Thank you so much, Austin Agwanda, for that report. Let's come back to the news that has been happening during the day. Well, it has been quite a day in terms of conceding, even as tallying continues across the country. Candidates vying for various political seats have conceded early defeat in a ton of events, unlike in other elections in the country. Election observers have lauded this sign as a gesture of mature democracy and respect towards the will of the people. Various sitting members of parliament took to their social media platforms to congratulate their competitors, while also commending Kenyans for remaining peaceful during voting. Majority leaders in the National Assembly, that is Amos Kimunya, took to his Twitter account to thank the people of Kipipiri for giving him a chance to serve, even as he wished his successor the best in his duties. At the same time, Embakasi West Member of Parliament George Theuri conceded defeat and congratulated Jubilee candidate Mark Mwenje for taking the lead. Jubilee Party gubernatorial candidate in Kirinyaga County, Charles Kibiru, also conceded defeat. Nyeri senatorial candidate Kabando Wakabando also conceded. Here in Nairobi, Langata Member of Parliament Nixon Korir also congratulated Felix Odor Elias Jalango for taking an early lead. Well, now, as we continue with our election coverage, our reporter Kennedy Kimani has been camping at the Bomas of Kenya, where the presidential results will be announced. He now joins us live on this broadcast with an update. Ken, if you can hear me, what is the latest from the center?
Electoral and Boundaries Commission, and in a few minutes' time, IEBC Chairman of Chebukati will be giving his press brief. Yes, I can hear you, Tess Njenga.
Please go on. Kindly brief us what is happening currently at the Bomas of Kenya.
Well, if I can take that again, Tess Njenga, I'm coming to you live from the Bomas of Kenya, which is the National Tallying Center for the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. And in a few minutes' time, the IEBC chair of Chebukati will be given his second press brief for the day, if not the last one for the day. And many Kenyans have been eagerly waiting for the presidential results. Many Kenyans have been glued to their TV sets, just waiting to see if the IEBC will get to announce the results too soon. And as Chebukati said earlier today in his press briefing, that they have 7 days to announce the president-elect, the 5th president of the Republic of Kenya, and Kenyans will have to wait a bit longer since IEBC have not yet officially began tallying the results. And if I can brief you shortly that the IEBC chairman will be arriving at the auditorium in a short while, just to give, Kenyans heads up on the election matters, and we just have to wait. In a few minutes' time, we'll be going live just to get to listen what he is going to tell Kenyans concerning the elections.
So maybe, has the IEBC chair, Wafula Chebukati, indicated when he's likely to address the nation once again concerning the presidential election?
Well, there are signs that he's about to address the nation, as many politicians have been streaming in the auditorium, the likes of Ndini Nyoro, Mombasa Governor, Hassan Joho. So in a few minutes' time, we'll be going live to the auditorium just to get to understand and get to listen to what he has to say to Kenyans.
Thank you so much, Ken. Well, we will be getting back to you when that update begins. Let's get back to our bulletin tonight. The Director of Public Prosecution has ordered for the arrest of Kimilili Member of Parliament Didmas Baraza over a shooting incident yesterday. The DPP wants Baraza to record a statement and have the relevant file forwarded to his office for action. Baraza reportedly shot and killed Brian Olunga on the election day at Chebukwabi Police Polling Station. Olunga was a bodyguard to DAP Kenya candidate Brian Hayemba, who was Baraza's opponent in the elections. According to police in Bungoma, the Member of Parliament is still at large and his phone has been switched off. According to Hayemba, who reported the matter to Kimilili Sub-County Police, the incident happened at around 6 p.m. when they had gone to Chebukwati polling station to witness the counting of votes. Now to Makueni, Azimio la Umoja presidential candidate Raila Odinga is leading in the Makueni County presidential results with 48,774 votes, followed by Deputy President William Ruto at 12,492. George Wajakoya has 418, as Mwaure Waihiga has 90 votes. We are still expecting to hear the results of the Senate and governor results from the constituency.
Polling station. Odinga 174, Ruto 63, Waihiga 0, Wajakoya 1. Member of National Assembly election results. Makueni Primary School Mitini, Kiamba Susan 115, Chungo Stanley 39, Musau Fred 42, Mutuku Daniel 4.
Well, still in Makueni, Susan Kiamba has become the first woman to clinch the Member of Parliament seat. Let's listen in.
Odinga 174, Ruto 63, Waihiga 0, Wajakoya 1. Member of National Assembly election results. Makueni Primary School Mitini, Kiamba Susan 115, Chungo Stanley 39, Musau Fred 42, Mutuku Daniel 4, Mutungi Francis 24, Nzeki Daniel 2, Zunga Lawrence 12. Sorry, Zunga Lawrence 12.
Much celebration indeed. Now, in Nakuru County, most residents are satisfied with how the tallying process is going on for the different elective positions, even as they catch a glimpse of the results. However, some feel disappointed with the woman representative position votes, saying they are ready to accept election results. A reporter from Nakuru town caught up with the residents of Nakuru city to get their opinion on how the electoral process was carried out and to find out how they feel about the tallying process. Parents are also calling for peace and calmness in the country and are satisfied with the announcement by the Cabinet Secretary of Education, Professor Magoha, to give the half-term break an extension till Monday, the 15th.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Upande wa kambi Somali election iliendelea vizuri kabisa, na tena tuliamuka saa 11 tukapiga kura vizuri kabisa. Ikifika saa 11 ya jioni wakakatisha mambo ya election. Juni kama walikuwa wanataka wapeleke karatasi haraka haraka.
Kwanza election ilikuwa peace. In fact, tumekaa na amani, hatujaona vurugu yote. Kila kitu imekuwa, lakini matokeo tumeanza kuona, tumeanza kukubali na hizo matokeo zao. Kwanza ya MCA, tumekuja MP, tumekubali. Tumekuja kwa women rep. Women rep ndio peke yake ndio hatujaelewana hapa hivyo. Na hata ninataka itarudiliwa. Juu mimi mwenyewe nitaenda kotini.
The results are good. Everything is fine. Yeah, as expected to, according to me. So far so good. I have my candidate, who is Wajakoya. At least we are moving somewhere. Yeah, I thank God.
Election mara mingi imekuwa inaibiwa, ina lack integrity. So watu wengi walikaa nyumbani ndio kutokuwa na imani. Lakini mimi naona kwa wakati huu wa Kenya wameongea na wametangaza msimamo wao. Wakenya wakuwe watulivu, atayekuja kutuongoza huyo na Mungu atakuwa ametupatia kama kiongozi wetu. Sisi kama Wakenya, sisi ni mandugu. Ninakuhitaji, unanihitaji. Kila kitu inakuja na wakati wake. Wakati huu ni wakati wa election, kulikuwa na wakati wa corona. Mungu atuongoze, mambo yote yamalizike, Kenya irudi kwa amani.
As we speak to different residents in Nakuru County, the situation here is quite calm as we are waiting for the tallying of the results by the agents of the IEBC Commission. Kenyans in Nakuru County are just calling out to their fellow Kenyans to have peace and maintain peace as we are waiting for the results. Reporting for Hope TV, I am Beverly Notari.
Now, police in Siaya County are investigating an incident where a parliamentary candidate in Rarieda constituency drew a gun and fired in the air, scaring members of the public. According to the Siaya County Police Commander Michael Mushiri, the candidate Augustine Neto Adola discharged one bullet in the air during a confrontation that occurred at a ram trading center. He said that the gun has been recalled and will be taken for ballistic examination. Mushiri said that apart from the incident and a few others in Ugenya and Ugunja constituencies, the county reported minimal security breaches during yesterday's voting exercise. The police boss called on Siaya residents to remain calm as the IEBC officials went about their duties of tallying the results.
Hali ya usalama katika Siaya ni nzuri kwa sasa. Manake tangu jana hatujakuwa na jambo ambalo kidogo lingezuilia sisi kuhakikisha kwamba hii swala la upigaji kura imeendelea vizuri. Kwa hivyo kwa jumla tuseme kosi jambo moja ama mbili kidogo, lakini si jambo ambalo lingeweza kuzuilia wananchi kutekeleza wajibu wao ambayo ni kupiga kura, ku-exercise their democratic rights. Kwa hivyo kwa njia moja ama nyingine hii exercise imekuwa sawa sawa. Nyuma yangu hapo unaweza ona kwamba kuna Alego Usonga constituency wanaendelea kuhesabu kura zao ama kujumuisha pamoja kwa hii tallying center. Na constituencies zote 6 katika hii county ya Siaya vile vile zinaendelea na hiyo, na hatujapata jambo ambalo tunaweza sema kwa usalama imehatarisha usalama wa wananchi ama shughuli yenyewe kwa jumla. Kulikuwa na hali fulani katika upigaji kura eneo la Sigomere. Sigomere ni katika Ugunja constituency. Kuna jamaa ambaye alijeruhi watu wawili, alikuwa na kisu, na ofisa wa usalama aliweza kukabiliana na yeye haraka. Wale wenye kundungu walipata majeraha kidogo mbegani, wakatibiwa na hakika walirudi baadaye kupiga kura. Kwa hivyo hilo ni jambo moja ambalo lilionekana. Pande ya Rarieda pia kulikuwa na mbunge ama contestant wa kiti cha mbunge cha Rarieda ambaye aliripotiwa kutoa na kutumia bunduki yake kupiga risasi moja juu. Hilo pia ni jambo ambalo linaangaziwa, ionekane hasa ilikuwa ni katika hali gani akatumia ile bunduki. Kwa jumla tuseme Siaya nzima zoezi limeendelea vizuri. Tuko sasa kwa ile those final touches, na hatuna shaka kwamba wananchi wamezungumza, wamesema lao, na letu upande wa usalama tuko bado shwari mpaka wakati hili zoezi zitakapoisha.
Well, on to Narok, where Narok gubernatorial candidate Moitalel Olekenta has raised concern over election malpractice in favor of his opponent, Patrick Ntutu. Olekenta said he had tangible evidence where the presiding officers in several polling stations swapped his votes with that of Ntutu, especially in polling stations that he had performed well. The aspiring governor on an ODM ticket gave the example of Kisiriri and Olokuruto primary schools, where he says he won the elections but results were swapped with that of Ntutu, who got less votes. I beg your pardon. Kenta, who spoke at Masai Girls Secondary School, vowed to move to court to compel IEBC to repeat the vote counting exercise.
Yesterday, I actually commended IEBC for believing that they'll do a good job. And then when the counting started yesterday, crookedness was exposed. One of the stations that was affected was Nduraya, where I got more than 400 votes, and my opponent Ntutu got less than 50. And the person in charge there, the PO, actually swapped the results and gave Ntutu my results and gave me Ntutu's results. Today, another clerk in PO arrested in Narok East. The same person swapped my 478 votes with Ntutu's 76 votes. They admitted that they did it, but it was a mistake. But of course it was calculated to deny me my victory. Today again, 2 instances were also detected. I'd like Mr. Chebukati to move with speed and order that his officers who have, and the contestants who are my opponents, who have actually carried out such a heinous act, arrested and questioned, and my opponent be disqualified forthwith from contesting as governor candidate for Narok
It just happened that one of the POs, the report he made about the results on the two different forms. We made two different reports on the two different forms concerning the same candidate. We realized, the RO realized that the results pasted on the container were different from the results that were brought and the hard copy. And so it decided to announce the results that were pasted on the container. But now we have to investigate it further. We have taken in custody the PO, and we believe that he will be able to tell us exactly what transpired, because this one brings confusion, it brings discontent, it brings disagreement, and it can even result into chaos.
That concludes Newswatch tonight. We will be bringing you more details, especially on the presidential numbers as they keep changing as the tallying process continues. But for now, I'm Tess Njenga, and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Murithi. Have a good night.